So over a year ago, I decided to give up coffee, and I needed to replace it with something that was equally delicious, but also had that ritual aspect of it. So I discovered matcha, and over time I have perfected the perfect matcha latte, and I want to share with you today how I make it. So what you need is a round bottom mug, like a latte bowl works well. There's the traditional chawan, which is the tea bowls, the Japanese tea bowls, but this is a really pretty cup that I got at Anthropology. It's my favorite matcha latte cup. You also need a bamboo whisk, and you can get this at specialty tea stores, or some health food stores carry it. Coconut oil, virgin, this is my Costco tub. I use natural, raw, local, unfiltered honey, and that honey is optional. You can do it unsweetened as well. Matcha, so matcha is the ground tea leaves. They're unique, the ceremonial matcha tea. I buy mine in bulk from my natural health food store. And then I use cashew milk, that's unsweetened vanilla. And you can use almond milk, you can use coconut milk, you can use any kind of milk that you want. So what I do is I warm up, I measure the amount of milk that I need in my cup, and then I pour it into my pot, and then I warm it over the stove until it's almost boiling. Just when it's starting to boil, I turn it off. And then I take about 1 teaspoon of matcha powder. So I have my 1 teaspoon measurement, and I put it in my cup. And then I take just about a couple of tablespoons to start of the milk. And I just want a little bit of milk to dissolve the matcha, and I use my whisk. And you're supposed to go back and forth when you whisk your matcha for some reason. I don't know why. Not in circles, but back and forth. So you kind of make X's until you see that all of your matcha is completely dissolved. There's no chunks. You want it nice and smooth, and it gets nice and frothy. That's the benefit of using the matcha whisk. It helps to dissolve completely. So when you see that it's completely dissolved, I take a teaspoon of honey, my local honey. Not ready to give it up yet. And any natural sweetener will do. I like honey. Honey has lots of benefits in and of itself. It's good for boosting your agni, your digestive fire. And coconut oil has lots of benefits. So it has the medium chain triglycerides, which your body uses as fuel right away, as opposed to storing it for fat. So it's the good, healthy fat that we want to incorporate into our diet. And it also gives it kind of a creaminess. So I use about a couple of teaspoons of the coconut oil. And I'm putting the honey and the oil in the pot, not in the cup. And I'm gonna whisk it in the pot, and that way I have a lot of room. So if you try to do all of this in your cup and try to whisk it, it might overflow, it might make a mess and spill. So I do it in my pot like this, and I'm just whisking and kind of tilt it, so right at that corner, that's where I whisk. And I whisk until the honey and the coconut oil is dissolved, and again it creates a frothiness. And by whisking it, you're really integrating the oil completely, so it's not sitting as a layer on top. And then once it's completely absorbed, you do this about 30 seconds to a minute. And as you can see, there's a ritual around it. And that's that makes rituals have a sense of the sacred. So you're being very conscious and mindful as you're doing this. It's not rote, it's not mundane. And it's really, this is a treat. And this is my little reward after I meditate and I do yoga in the morning. So once that's all integrated, I pour it in to my mug with my dissolved matcha. And there is my perfect matcha latte. I love you so, matcha.